Hey guys, Brian from Precision Taping here. Just wanted to do a video for you to show you how we run our flat box. So the box I'm using here is a 12-inch flat box by Columbia, and here we go. So I'm running it on a 5, so that's the tightest setting that we can get on the back of the box. On the tension adjuster there, it goes from 1 to 5. So I'm running it on 5 just for a really tight skim. You don't necessarily have to have it on 5. It varies from box to box. It depends how thick or thin your mud is, how used your blade is. You know, every box is different. You'll see right there, I just dropped the tension a little bit. So on my butt joint, I opened up the box a little more just to leave a little more mud on the middle of the tape. For my first pass on a butt joint, I ran the box on either side of the tape. So that means I ran my wheel right down the middle of the tape, so I coated either side of the butt joint. And then for the second pass, I ran the box right down the middle as I'm doing now. So the flats here, they get 2 coats. So we do our tape first, then we run a flat box, and we'll run the first pass on the flats a little more open, maybe on a 3, and the second skim, like I'm doing now, it gets a really tight coat, like a 4 or a 5. Again, it depends how thick or thin your mud is. And like I just did again, I dropped the tension on the back of the box for the middle of this butt joint, just to put a little more mud on there. And see, maybe there was a little too much, so I tightened the tension adjuster again, and I run it down the middle one more time. So each butt joint is different. It'll vary from butt joint to butt joint. You might have to put a little more mud on or a little less mud on. If you run your box down the middle and you can see the tape is still slightly visible, open it up a little more, put a little more mud on there, and that solves that problem. And likewise, if you run your box and you can see this kind of a little bit of bubbles or some drag marks because the mud is too thick, tighten it a little bit, do another pass, and it'll put a tighter coat on there for you. So now I'm about to get started on the walls. I already finished that ceiling, in less than a minute and a half, so it shows you how fast that is. As you can see here, I just kind of went right up to the plug as tight as I could. If there's any plugs, light fixtures, or kind of obstacles in the way, wires or whatnot, I'll just coat either side of them with the box. I'll get as tight as I can to it, and then I always have a putty knife afterwards, and when the whole room is done, I'll go around and I'll get all that stuff by hand. You'll see also that I'll do 2 passes on the seams oftentimes. This is called tracing, or some people call it chasing. The reason for this is it kind of helps eliminate bubbles or little pits in the mud when you go over it twice. It's not necessary, but I find it does help. So I'll do the seam once, and then if there's little bubbles or anything, little imperfections in it, I'll run it over again a second time. So here you can see I'm going one way, I flip the box, and then I finish off that half and then do the whole seam once again. So that's called tracing or chasing. It just helps get rid of bubbles. So here on the butt joint again, I drop my tension a little bit, put a little more mud on in the middle of the tape. And it was still a little thick, so I did that one 3 times, just because and that's the beauty of having a box. You can easily adjust your tension on the back. If the mud's a little too thick or thin, you just adjust that tension and do it again. Put a little more mud on or take a little mud off. And again, I'm just hitting the middle of all these butt joints because the first pass I hit either side. And you could do it the other way as well. For your first pass, if you wanted to, you could hit the middle, build out the middle of your tape, and then on your second pass you could hit either side. So that's another way of doing it. So there you go, this whole room, which was a little over 14 feet, I think 14 by 14, this whole room took 3 minutes and 38 seconds from the time my box hit the first flat until I pulled off from that last flat. 3 minutes and 38 seconds to do this whole room. So look at how beautiful those joints are. A flat box is really hard to beat time and quality wise. Obviously, where the butt joint intersects the flat, after this is all dry, I'll usually just do a quick putty knife or trowel swipe across there just to kind of tie those in so that you can't really tell where I lifted off and started. So just wanted to do this quick video for you guys. Shows you how good and how fast and effective a flat box is, and thanks for watching.